your girl, Jett Blakk.
Merete.
And I'm Skye.
And we are in the building. Oh man, it's been so much going on this week. We had Thanksgiving. We had fights going on. There's a lot of things going on around the town, out of the country, in the country, around the city, out of the city. So put your seatbelt on, because it's about to be a ride, baby. All right, let's get into these hot topics and see what's going on.
Yeah, so it's definitely, we are in the giving season, definitely. So, and as you said, your daughter's ready for the holidays. Now, I got to tell you, there's a lot of celebrities here in Atlanta did so much to give back to the people. One, Tyler Perry. So he put out, he sent out a tweet, said, hey, I'm going to be giving out to the first 5,000 folks. He's got a gift card and then some groceries for them. People started lining up the day before this was going down. And, I mean, they were creating traffic. Now, he did all this at Tyler Perry's studio. So he called it TPS Giving. So, like I said, 5,000 families got a chance to get a $25 gift card and some groceries. So thank you so much, Tyler Perry, for all that you do. Now, CeeLo Green, I don't know if you guys knew this, but he also gave away 1,000 turkeys. So it's this venue that I'm quite not familiar with. It's called Nouveau Bar and Grill. It's out there in College Park. Never heard of it, but this was their first Thanksgiving giving event. So kudos to them. And he was also giving away COVID-19 survival kits, which consisted of gloves, mask, and sanitizer. So that was thoughtful. You know, you're going to give away the turkey, so which means you're probably going to have, you know, folks over for dinner. So give them a COVID-19 kit. And, of course, the one that we all know about, T.I. T.I., now this is his 15th year of doing this. I didn't realize that he was doing this long. But him and Tiny were out there, and they gave away 1,000 turkeys. I guess 1,000 turkeys is like the number for people to hit. But anyway, so they gave away 1,000 turkeys. It was put on by the Harris Community Works, which is T.I.'s foundation. And it was taking place in West ATL, Fairburn Heights, at Jackson Memorial Baptist Church. So now, I want to keep going with this giving season. And this, I dug a little more, and I thought this was so interesting. And now there is a group of Black entrepreneurs here in Atlanta that went to Kroger on your side of town in Decatur off Wesley Chapel. And they gave out groceries, like over $40,000 of groceries, and were paying for people's bills. I mean, people were crying. The guy's name, oh my gosh, it has just escaped my memory. But if you search Black entrepreneurs in Atlanta, it will pop up. And actually, we will have footage of that from their social media. So we'll go ahead and insert that.
That's just like the man, where is he? In New York? Is he up
yes.
there? What's his name? I don't know.
I know who you're talking about,
but he's always out handing out thousands of dollars.
He goes a lot to like the drive-throughs.
Yeah, he pulls up at the drive-through, like at a Burger King or Checkers or something, and just gives away $10,000 to everybody who's at work.
Yes.
His name is Jay somebody.
Yeah.
But he's bomb, and I need to figure out where he's going to be.
Jay Mazzani, I think.
Jay Mazzani, that's what it is. And I need to pull up wherever he is, because I need them $10,000, because I got things to do. I'm planning my 40th birthday brunch, and it's going to be a repeat.
And one more local business here that also gave away. I just happened to be on Instagram, and I saw that Slutty Vegan. They were doing lives, and they were giving away coats.
Nice.
Just coats to anybody that needed coats, from, you know, little coats for the babies on up to, you know, grown folks coats.
Some of these Instagram models need coats. It's just got hair, nails, beads, ass, titties, but I ain't got no coat. I ain't got no coat, sis. But anyway, that's another story. Yeah.
So shout out to Slutty Vegan, you guys.
And that would have been a perfect way to give away their coats. Hey, come here, Instagram model. You need a slutty coat? I'm just kidding. These are jokes, y'all.
But it's so good to see people just doing good, especially at this time because it is rough and people just don't have enough. And so thanks again to all of the local ATL celebrities here that gave back, and for also the folks that are non-celebrities.
Yeah, because a lot of times I'm in the drive-thru and I'll pick the person behind me, and then I'll tell the person that's in the drive-thru, hey, let them pay it forward if they can, take care of the person behind you every now and then. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Tis the season.
Yes. So that's it for my hot topics. What you got going on over there?
Can we go back 1 second to this fight last night?
Baby.
I did not watch the fight. I only heard about it.
Wasn't that a comedy show?
First of all, y'all don't probably know this, but boxing is one of my guilty like I absolutely love boxing. Don't normally miss matches. Will pay the $50 to $75 on pay-per-view to watch them at the house.
Really?
Yes. I love boxing. Grew up watching boxing. So I was already excited, okay? When Roy Jones Jr. and Mike Tyson said they was gonna fight, we was already like, all right, bet I'm gonna stay up. I took a nap. I was ready, okay?
But it was so many things that they could not do. So it's like, why not just let them just go at it? And it's like, nah, they're too old. And he was like,
Mike looked good.
He looked good, but he was tired too. If you look at him in his face, and they both were tired, and it was so funny. And Roy Jones even said it. He was like, hey, I thought I had a 6-pack, but now I need a 12-pack. Then you got Snoop Dogg as the commentator saying that they look like two old uncles at the reunion fighting. It was the funniest thing ever in life.
No, my favorite Snoop moment, aside from him obviously, performing, it was great. I'm from Long Beach. I'm from East Long Beach. Snoop is from East Long Beach. So it's always nice to see somebody from the hood. But the best for me is when Nate Robinson kept getting knocked out. And Snoop's commentary was like, got him. And he fell. I was done. Fell out.
Basketball.
I fell out.
Yeah, that was the funniest. That was a great night. We had we went to my sister's house because we normally do the little family thing. It was about 7 of us, and we had crab legs, shrimp, potatoes, corn, salmon.
Hold up a second. I'm sorry, I just had to pull this.
Got a whole boil over there. You got a crab boil.
Old as hell. The hell, and this dude's got his taco meat on his chest.
Roy don't care. So
did he come out with a walk? How old is Mike Tyson? That's what I'm.
Mike Tyson's 54.
Only 54.
Yeah.
They have on booty shorts.
What's the age?
He always had his booty
shorts.
shorts.
What's the age limit, man? There's got to be an age limit. And his shorts do look tight. Oh my.
Well, for this, it was an exhibition round 1, and 2, the ring was smaller. 3, the rounds were shorter. Usually boxing is 12 rounds and it's 3 minutes. This was 8 rounds for 2 minutes. Like, so everything was shortened. Cause they older.
Yeah, it was so funny though.
It
was funny,
like somebody's
and it got everybody to watch though. Like, so many people had different parties, so they raised the money that they needed to raise. Honey child,
what's wrong with his body?
They raised the money that they needed to raise, and he made $1 million, so he's all right.
What's wrong with Roy's body? Is he in shape?
He didn't train for this too long.
Wait, they didn't train. They were just like, yo, we're just gonna.
No, Mike trained. He lost 100 pounds.
No, Mike looked fluffy too.
He lost 100 pounds.
Where? In his pinkies?
Girl, that's still somebody I'm not taking no punch from. Okay,
you can call up.
I don't care.
Man,
I'm not saying anything sideways, Mike.
That's a fact. I'm a Mike. Hey, go Mike.
Atlanta, baby, and call us with that bullshit. I don't have time. Because did you see the interview where he interviewed Young Boosie and was talking to, I said Young Boosie Badass, and he talked to him just as nice and sweet, but was cussing him out?
I mean,
Mike don't play.
That's I'm sorry. I thought
straight. I love you, Mike.
Look, I don't watch a lot of fights, but I just thought you had to, look like you were in shape and fight.
Like there was in shape enough for their age too.
Okay.
They were in shape.
Oh, Roy's 51,
He's younger.
but it was
Okay, so they're fighting for AARP, is what you're telling me.
Girl, tried it.
So what's going on in the world, Merete?
Girl, let me tell you, I'm not.
What's going on in it? Let's find out what's world news.
Did you guys hear what's happening in France?
No.
So there are huge protests going on in France, and for a couple of reasons. One, there are several videos of some police brutality against Black men in France. And then the second and like the largest thing that's happening right now is across France, there's a proposed law to change the security for some of the police officers. Essentially, what they're proposing is if there are images and videos of police officers that are published, then someone with the intent to have the officer look negatively, then that person will be fined $53,000 and will have to serve a year sentence. It's not a law yet. It's already passed the parliament. And so now it's going to the Senate. And so there's a lot of protests to be like, what you mean we can't videotape cops when they just beat up a Black guy right now? Right. And so, yeah. So again, the basis is basically to say, if you're putting up this video and there's a negative depiction of the police officers, then there could be retaliation against the police officers because their faces are there, their families are at jeopardy.
Oh, what? You should be doing what you ain't supposed to be damn doing.
So then that was my question.
Your age.
That was my question. What are your thoughts on the bill? Do you think that the government needs to protect police officers differently than they need to protect citizens, because citizens can still be negatively seen and be posted, but police officers can't? Thoughts?
Like Jett said, I mean, if you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing, protecting and serving, then there won't be any videos, right? But if you're starting to do something that you're not supposed to be doing, out comes the camera. That's all right.
Yeah, you should be able to. And then France, their laws are different. However, still you're still out in a public place. You know what I'm saying? So why can't I pull my phone out in a public place? Like she said, we said, you're doing what you're not supposed to be doing.
Right.
And it's not right. You need to be captured, and the world needs to know, excuse me, what you have going on and what you're doing. Because they should have been in old boy who was on George Floyd neck. They should have been in his house the very next day. Honestly.
So Merete, look, let me ask you. So let's say you're just out, right? You're in France, and maybe you're taping your friend. But then all of a sudden the police is in the background, but you didn't know that like some crazy stuff was going down. So are you now going to get fined because you were videotaping? You weren't exactly videotaping them, but then you go back and you look at it, you feel like, oh my goodness, there's some crazy ish going down.
Well, I think the law is supposed to make sure that you're not posting it in a way that is intentional to harm the police officers.
No,
I think the problem is, how do you judge intent? How do you judge what my intent is if I'm posting a video of police brutality, right? Like if I'm just posting what happened, I don't know how you would judge that intent. I think what's very interesting about this as well is that like that's actually what democracy is. Like you're just supposed, like you should have the right to do those things. And so the fact that a country is saying like, no, actually you can't for this particular reason, it puts things in jeopardy, to be honest. Like it makes you question.
Hiding? That questions their integrity. Like, what are you hiding?
They're saying that you still can post. They're just saying that you can't post with the intent to harm a police officer. Again, I don't know how you judge intent.
Okay, well, however, you just don't put a caption. Just post it. Don't put a caption. Don't say anything. Just post it and say for your own interpretation, period. Because you don't know what my intent is. My intent is to let everybody know what's going on. Let everybody know that this person is out there. And if you see them, be aware.
So it's interesting. That's why there's protests. We'll see how long the protests go. We'll see how things go as far as the voting once it goes to Senate.
Plum food.
Girl, Now, speaking of fools, y'all's president,
Mm-mm.
still will not concede. It's been, I think, what, 17, 20 days, something like that. He still refuses to concede. In Pennsylvania and in Wisconsin, they've already done the recount. Well, first of all, Pennsylvania Supreme Court dismissed all the all the cases. They say you don't even try. They dismissed everything. Wisconsin already did, they're in the process of doing their recount. It won't be done until Tuesday, but Biden's already in the lead. And Trump still is not going to concede. As a matter of fact, he posted a Twitter, or he tweeted and said, with his little what's that little corny show he had where he was firing people even though
You're fired, The Apprentice.
okay, so he had an apprentice like picture up talking about I won't concede. Okay. And he just recently gave Biden access to the high classified information for him to be able to start planning for him to go into office. Biden, on the other hand, is really his focus is trying to unify the country back together. He's talking a lot about who he's going to put into his office and who's going to be in his cabinet. He Reporters asked him like, hey, would you meet with Trump if before you go into office? Biden's nice. Biden was like, if he asked me. I said the shade of it all. He's not gonna ask you, Biden. Cut it out.
That way he doesn't have to go.
Exactly. It's smart. I would say the same thing. So COVID cases are still rising, and now that Biden has the information, it'll be interesting to see if he'll actually be able to make some plans for when he goes into office in a couple of weeks. But I'm curious about y'all thoughts about y'all president conceding, and also about like, how do you think Biden is actually going to unify this country given how polarized it is?
Trump is a sore loser. He is just a sore loser because I think they're doing another recount here. They paused
For the third time.
a third
Jesus.
goddamn time. I mean, just say, you know what? I didn't win this time, but he cannot do that because he's a sore loser. Now, how will Biden unify this country? Ooh, it's like he almost has to break it all the way down and have to try to rebuild, get people on common ground, and he definitely has his hands full. Thanks so much to Trump, who really divided the country. That we're gonna need a big old, like back in the day when you had those iron patches and you have to get the iron, we need a big old patch for this country. It is so divided. And even when I was traveling, we would see still the Trump flags up, and you just go ahead and just let it go.
They've still been at the Capitol here. They've been downtown at the Capitol, and they've been at the CNN Center. Every time I've gone there, a couple times, they be right there standing on each side of the street with their flags and everything, saying it's not over. And I said, yes, it is. And blow my horn and shoot my middle fingers back at them like they should at me.
Right.
So I don't care.
But yeah, it's going to take a lot of mending to bring the country back together because we are so far divided. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I think he's gonna put us back on lockdown again too.
I can see. Yeah.
I mean, y'all ain't never been on lockdown. We were in lockdown in New York. Matter of fact, they just closed schools and everything's back remote. They're talking about opening schools back up for pre-K and elementary school, but the middle and high schools is still gonna be remote. Cuomo not playing, okay? Cuomo is not playing.
Oh yeah, we're just rolling like nothing.
Yeah,
like nothing happened here.
Atlanta is outside.
Not yet.
Those mean if you see about Atlanta,
the hookah bars, they are wide open. Everybody
not here. You better eat outside. Oh, it's 40 degrees and better eat outside.
Shooting up the place, fighting.
Lord have mercy.
Came from just because we opened don't mean you come here. Okay?
Atlanta's open for business. We taking all money.
Not here.
Come on, your city shut down. Come on, bring your money.
Come on over here, right? Well, that's it for me, y'all. I don't have any other news.
Oh my goodness. You guys, I've been yelling and screaming trying to learn that body yada 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 yada. So I've been laughing. We had a girl. Anytime my family is together, y'all, we have a great time. Even when Gucci versus Jeezy was on the other night, y'all. We had on our pajamas. It was me and my cousin, one of my close friends I've been friends with for over 20 years, and my sister. We had on the same pajamas. We had food. Then we had chicken fettuccine, salad, dessert. You know, anytime we get together, we eat. So it was just so fun. And I've been laughing ever since. So, you know, you have to laugh to keep from crying sometimes. But make sure you guys, if you haven't seen our show, you tripping. So you might as well you go on YouTube and check it out. And so, like my baby says now, subscribe to our channel. So I'm gonna give her a channel, and until then, you subscribe to our channel and make sure you follow at InStyle Atlanta on Instagram and Twitter as well. And you can find us on those pages. And make sure you tune in and turn up every week with us because we have a great time here at InStyle Atlanta. So if it's something you want to see, guys, shoot us a message. Let us know a topic you want to cover, and we'll look into it and see if we can turn up for you on that topic.
And if you've noticed the glossy lips, yes, this is the official makeup line for InStyle Atlanta host. It's plush. It is so plush. You can order these online. So look at that.
Yeah. You don't got to rub it in that much.
They're so kissable. We're so plush.
That's throat, baby.
Woo! On that note, thank you guys so much for tuning in. InStyle Atlanta. You can find these products, everything here on our website. You guys make sure you check out our merchandise. We'll see you guys back here next week. Bye, y'all.
Bye.